Hey guys, how you doing? I'm doing okay. I don't know how cold it is out there, but since I figured um, I could do it in here, I'll do it in here. Do my little blog here. Now, today there are a couple things that I want to talk about. Um, First, what surfaced of that picture of President George W. Bush with Ellen DeGeneres. And there were a lot of backlash from that picture. And my immediate reaction to that is, why? I don't understand it. Why? Why are so many people upset with Ellen DeGeneres sitting next to President George W. Bush? It's true I didn't vote for the man, but no one should be told who they should or should not sit next to or associate with. And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about all this finger pointing about who's to blame for the polarization in this country and the division in this country, and how quick they are to point the finger at President Trump. And Trump isn't creating this backlash. Trump isn't creating this problem that some people have. These are some people. There are other people who find no problem with Bush sitting next to Ellen DeGeneres. I certainly don't have a problem with it. Ellen is a funny woman. Okay, so she's a lesbian. No big damn deal, so she's a lesbian. Just like Elton John is gay. No big damn deal that Elton John is gay. It really is insignificant. It really means nothing in the overall scheme of things. Whatever a person is, that's his or her own personal business. As long as they don't push that on others. If a guy walks up to me and says to me, are there any gay bars around? I wouldn't be appalled at that. I believe that, relationships are between two people who love each other and want to spend the rest of their lives together, regardless whether they're the same gender or not. It's irrelevant. What's important is, any more than it's irrelevant if two people with different eye color, hair color, whether one's left-handed and the other's right-handed. Oh, the left-hander should never associate with right-handed. It's all the same nonsense, because everybody's different. And everybody's different. Even twins are different. Twins. I mean, I remember seeing incidences where you have identical twins with totally different personalities. One girl of a twin may want to wear their hair long, and the other wants to wear their hair short. Same person, or rather, same look. They're twins, they're sisters, and yet one person wants to wear their hair long, and the other person wants to wear their hair short. It's not a big thing. It's not a big thing. And whoever is creating this illusion that it's a problem is really where the polarization of this country is from. It's the people who create, who present it as a problem. They're the ones who are dividing this country. Trump is doing none of that. He's not doing any of that. It's the people who made this rule, this arbitrary rule, that a conservative and a liberal must never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, associate with the other. Because it is just an atrocious rule. And whoever started this really outrageously absurd rule, okay, um, they should be charged with, shouting fire in a crowded theater where there isn't a fire. You know, and also, so that's really the really who's to blame for this polarization and divide. It's not Trump. It's the people who insist on forcing these crazy rules on society that, God forbid, a conservative should be associated with a liberal. And I remember, what was it, 2 years ago, that, it really exploded everywhere. Long-term friendships destroyed over this. Long-term family associations destroyed over this. And it's like, really, you're going to destroy decades of friendship over crap, over unimportant stuff, like who you voted for or what position you hold. That is going to come between long-term friends for years. If that's going to be the case, then you really weren't friends to begin with. Because a real friend, a true friend, keeps their friendship regardless of anything else. Then your friendship really wasn't all that solid. It was an illusion. It was an illusion. If something is petty, and this really is petty, I voted for Trump, I voted for Hillary, I guess that's the end of our friendship. From when we were in kindergarten. Yeah, really. Then that's petty. If you're going to hold that position, that's petty, and then you really weren't friends to begin with. If you're going to let that come between the two of you, it's ridiculous. It's absurd. And it's really sad. It's very, very sad. So what if George W. Bush sat with Ellen DeGeneres? So what? Big damn deal. We have other big matter that are much more important than that. And Ellen DeGeneres' remarks were right on spot. That there is nothing wrong with friendly associations between a liberal and a conservative. It's so what? Big damn deal. Really? Come on. When you spin around the block a couple of times, don't it sound kind of crazy that you're going to let decades of friendship or family relations be destroyed over this? Really? Then you got something not right up here. You really don't. Because, heck, I respect everybody, and I respect everybody's opinion and perspective. My ex-wife, now here's a perfect example, right? My ex-wife, she swore that the Bible was a history book. I don't consider the Bible a history book. She does. She rejects evolution and so forth, and I don't. Now, she called my thinking delusional. And you know what I said about her thinking? She had every right to believe what she wanted to believe. And that's what makes us different. Now, who is really doing the separating? Who is really inflicting kind of political violence, or emotional violence or psychological violence, when she says your thinking is delusional, nobody, you're not dealing in reality or whatever, and I say, well, guess we'll just have to agree to disagree. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. I'm right. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to agree to disagree. Whatever. So really, who's more open-minded? Who's more respectful? So that's what this all boils down to, really. So it is really sad that liberals and those on the left feel they cannot sit next to, associate with, be friends with, be in a relationship with, consider family with somebody else that does not agree with their thinking. That I'm liberal and you're conservative, you're the enemy. However, on the other way around, I'm conservative, you're liberal, I respect your viewpoint, I respect how you feel, I disagree with it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because we're all different. While they would destroy decades of either friendship or family, I, on the other hand, or we, have no desire for that. And say, look, you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, and we'll just agree to disagree. Now, that's the way conservatives think. That we'll just agree to disagree. And you believe what you do, and I believe what I do. They, on the other hand, say, we're right, you're wrong. We're the good people, and you're the enemy. I say that's sad. That's very, very sad. I feel there's nothing wrong sitting with a liberal. They say it's terrible to sit with a conservative. It's unheard of. It's not allowed. Really, who made that rule up? Really, I'd like to know who made that rule up. Because I think that's a terrible rule. Whoever made that rule up, it's terrible. And whoever made up that rule, they should be ashamed of themselves, really. And what's going to happen if you don't? If you don't follow that rule, what are you going to be? What are you going to be arrested by the PC police or something? Because you're you're going to be censored. Is what's going to happen. It's like, wow. Just like Cinema, that Arizona Congresswoman Cinema. I think her first name was Kristen Cinema. That because she thought for herself and she agreed with some of Trump's policies, that her fellow Democrats shamed her, which is terrible, and insisted on censoring her. Censure her. That is also terrible. You know what, Ms. Cinema? These are your colleagues. These are your associates. Maybe you're a member of the wrong party, because I would never be a part of a party that had this such animosity toward my fellow Americans. I mean, it's so un-American. So, that's pretty much what I want to talk about. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Oh my goodness. Yes. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you later. Okay, take care.